Pratyabhijnahrdayam, Sutra 1. The absolute Citi, consciousness, out of its own free will, is the cause of the Siddhi of the universe. Chittihi swatantra vishwa siddhi hetuhu. Chittihi swatantra vishwa siddhi hetuhu. Sutra 2. By the power of her own free will does she, Citi, unfold the universe upon her own screen. Svechaya swabhitto vishvam unmilayati. Svechaya swabhitto vishvam unmilayati. Sutra 3. This, that is the universe, is manifold because of the differentiation of reciprocally adapted objects and subjects. Tannanarupa graya grahaka bhedat. Tannanarupa graya grahaka bhedat. Sutra 4. The individual experient also, in whom Citi or consciousness is contracted, has the universe as his body in a contracted form. Citi samkochatma chaitanopi samkuchita vishvamayaha. Chitti samkochatma chaitanopi samkuchita vishvamayaha. Sutra 5. Citi, universal consciousness, itself descending from the stage of Chaitana, becomes Chitta, individual consciousness, inasmuch as it becomes contracted in conformity with the object of consciousness. Chittireva Chaitana pada dhavarudha chaitya samkochini chittam. Chittireva Chaitana pada dhavarudha chaitya samkochini chittam. Sutra 6. The Maya Pramata consists of Chitta. Tanmayo Maya Pramata. Tanmayo Maya Pramata. Sutra 7. And though he is one, he becomes of twofold form, threefold, fourfold, and of the nature of 7 pentads. Sachaiko drirupas trimayas chaturatma saptapanchaka swabhavaha. Sachaiko drirupas trimayas chaturatma saptapanchaka swabhavaha. Sutra 8. The positions of the various systems of philosophy are only various roles of that consciousness or self. Tad bhumikaha sarvadarshana stitayaha. Tad bhumikaha sarvadarshana stitayaha. Sutra 9. In consequence of its limitation of Shakti, reality, which is all consciousness, becomes the mala-covered samsarin. Chidvat takchakti samkochat malavrittaha samsari. Chidvat takchakti samkochat malavrittaha samsari. Sutra 10. Even in this condition of empirical self, he, the individual soul, does the 5 krityas like him, that is, like Shiva. Tathapi tadvat panchakrityani karoti. Tathapi tadvat panchakrityani karoti. Sutra 11. He also does the 5-fold act of manifesting, relishing, thinking out, setting of the seed, and dissolution. This is so from the esoteric standpoint of the yogi. Abhasana, Rakti, Vimarshana, Bijavasthapana, Vilapana, Tasthani. abhasana, rakti vimarshana, bijavastapana, vilapana tasthani. Sutra 12. To be a samsarin means being deluded by one's own powers because of the ignorance of that is the authorship of the fivefold act. Tada parigyane swashaktibhir vyamohitatha samsari tvam. Tada parigyane swashaktibhir vyamohitatha samsari tvam. Sutra 13. Acquiring full knowledge of it, that is, of the fivefold act of the self, chitta itself becomes chitti by rising to the status of chaitana. Tat parigyane chittameva antarmukhi bhavena chaitana padadhyarohat chitti. Tat parigyane chittameva antarmukhi bhavena chaitana padadhyarohat chitti. Sutra 14. The fire of chitti, even when it descends to the lower stage, though covered by maya, partly burns the fuel of the known, that is, objects. Chittivani ravarorhapade chanopi matraya meindhanam plushyati. Chittivani ravarohapade chanopi matraya meindhanam plushyati. Sutra 15. In the reassertion of its inherent power, it makes the universe its own. Balalabhe vishvam atmasat karoti. Balalabhe vishvam atmasat karoti. Sutra 16. When the bliss of chit is attained, there is the lasting acquisition of that state in which chit is our only self, and in which all things that appear are identical with chit. Even the body, etc., that is experienced appears as identical with chit. Chidanandalabhe dehadishu chaityamaneshwapi chidaikatmya pratipatti dhardyam jivan muktihi. Chidanandalabhe dehadishu chaityamaneshwapi chidaikatmya pratipatti dhardyam jivan muktihi. Sutra 17. By the development of the center is acquisition of the bliss of the spirit. Madhya vikasat chidanandalabaha. Madhya vikasat chidanandalabaha. Sutra 18. Herein, that is for the development of the center, the means are dissolution of vikalpa, samkocha vikasa of shakti, cutting of the bahas, the practice of the contemplation of the koti, or point, of the beginning and the end. Vikalpakshaya, shakti samkocha, vikasa, vahachedadhyanta, koti nibhalanadaya, ihopayaha. Vikalpakshaya, shakti samkocha, vikasa, vahachedadhyanta, koti nibhalanadaya, ihopayaha. Sutra 19. In Vyutthana, which is full of the after effects of samadhi, there is the attainment of permanent samadhi, by dwelling on one's identity with Chit, universal consciousness, over and over again. Samadhi samskaravati vyuthane bhuyo bhuyash chadaikya nityodita samadhi labha. Samadhi samskaravati vyuthane bhuyo bhuyash chadaikya nityodita samadhi labha. Sutra 20. Then, that is on the attainment of Krama Mudra, as a result of entering into the perfect I-consciousness or self, which is in essence Chit and Ananda, that is consciousness and bliss, and of the nature of the great mantra power, there accrues the attainment of lordship over one's group of the deities of consciousness that bring about all emanation and reabsorption of the universe. All this is the nature of Shiva. Tada prakashananda sara mahamantra viryatmaka purnahanta veshat sada sarva sarga samhara kari nija samviddevata chakreshwarata praptir bhavatiti shivam. Tada prakashananda sara mahamantra viryatmaka purnahanta veshat sada sarva sarga samhara kari nija samvid devata chakreshwarata praptir bhavatiti shivam.